Okay, so we will do the widget edit first. For the widget edit, we'll go to the widget edit component. Let's go to the widget edit component and close those two. It's widget edit HTML and the widget edit component TS. Okay, those are the two files we will need. And if we take a look of our assignment requirement, this actually give you some hint here. How can you using ng switch to do a switch cases for that? So I'm not going to use that. You can just take a look. It's really easy. So in this one here, we're basically going to, firstly getting the information of this widget. Like we need to know what widget type of this one. So we need to firstly to need a place to store like what widget it is. Like a widget is a type of widget. I need to import the widget here. Import widget from. Okay, widget is in our models folder, so we need to navigate from here to our models folder. Here we are in the widget edit folder, so we'll do a // we go to its parent folder, which is widget, and we'll do // again. We're in the component folder right now, and we'll do another // go to the app folder, and in the app folder we have the models folder, so we go to the models, and we're going to widget, the model.client. Okay, this is how you navigate from one folder to another one. So I got to the widget right now, and next up we need is widget service. I will need to using the function inside it to get our data, and we also have our widget array inside it. So I'm definitely going to use that. Import widget service from. It will be some kind of similar path like this, but it's going to services folder, and it's going to ask for widget service.client. Yeah. All right. And in the construct, if I want to using the widget service, I need to create one. Private widget service, type of widget service. Okay. Well, in order to using the data inside of the widget, inside of our widget array, I need to getting to know which widget it is. If you take a look of this page, like when I visit this page here, it's supposed to let me know like the widget ID of it. Well, right now it's not working because I haven't set it up, but it's supposed to let me know like which widget ID is it. For example, like it's for the user 456, and for the website ID 456, and the page ID, which page we have that? So those things is in the page. Let me take a look. Go to service, widget type. Page ID is 321, so it's passing 321 here. And like if I give it a widget ID, like the first one, 123 here, 123. And suppose go into right now it's always showing the widget editing working, but it's supposed to go to the widget heading editor, because it is pointed to this widget, and this widget has a widget type equal to a heading, and the page ID equal to 321, and the size equal to text equal to the string here. So it's supposed to be a heading type. So we are trying to right now to getting this heading type here, right? So we actually can get widget by ID. Like we are trying to get this whole widget by its ID. Its ID equals 123. We need to get this ID and get this widget, and then we can call widget type to get its widget type here. So in our widget editor component here, we will using the activity, the route to get our widget ID here, right? We need to parse our URL here to get the widget ID here to let us know which widget is it. So we need to import that. Activate the activity the route, and this is from Angular router. Remember this is yeah. So we need to put it here, private activated route. It's a type of activated route. Yeah. So remember, this is the class, or say the item we need when we're trying to getting the information from the URL. So in the ng init, I can do a I can do a subscribe to get our widget ID here. So here I will need a place to store it. Which ID is type of a string. String. Okay. So in our ng init here, we can do this route activity route the params the subscribe. Remember, we did it many times in our pages and in our website to getting the item, to getting the ID we have in our URL. So here I'll say params. Oops, it should be smaller. Params. Yeah. This widget ID is equal to params and getting the widget ID part. Just getting the widget ID part of the in the URL. So then we can get in the widget. This the widget is equal to we have the function in our widget service, right? This the widget service. The find widget by ID. And pass in the widget ID to it, and then we can get in our widget ID here. This one telling me an error, cannot find name widget ID. We just have it here. Should be this widget ID. Yeah. Okay, this will give us information about this widget. Let's try that. Console.log. This the widget. See if we are getting any widget here. Just hit F12 here. Let's refresh it. Yeah, I'm getting this item here, saying widget ID equal to 123, and the page ID equal to 321, size equal to text widget type here. If we're trying to change this 123 into another widget, for example, if I'm choosing this widget 456, actually let's try another type 345. It's a widget type equal to image. So let's try that. Change that to 345. It's reloading. Okay, I'm getting another widget, and it's have widget type image with 100% URL. It's a URL for the image, and I have a page ID, and I have an ID. Okay, I have everything I need. Is this a like image we really have? This URL here. That's really slow. Okay, so we are getting this this widget object. We can get this error property inside it, and next thing we need to do is to getting its type, and we're using its type to changing our widget edit based on it, right? So this one is not working actually. So I will have to change this into another image, another URL type. Let's just randomly find one. Oops, image. Image. Just choosing some random image like this one. open a new tab here. Copy image, new image. Okay. Copy image address. Okay, let's choose some real image here. Okay. So this is our widget edit component. The HTML. This is our HTML page. Previously, it only have the H1 here. Let's delete that. That's not what we need. Well, we need to get in the widget type here. So if you take a look of our assignment requirement, they already tell you like how can you do that. It's kind of like a switch case here. It's called ng switch. They have a syntax of using ng switch outside, and it's kind of like just like a JavaScript switch. And inside the switch, we have different cases. When the cases is matches, we'll go to the, like for example here, saying when it is like when the widget type equals to header, we are going to using app the widget header. When the widget type is equal to image, we are going to using the apps hyphen widget hyphen image. We're using the different component here. Like depends on the widget type. So in here we'll do the same thing. We'll have a div, and we'll do an ng switch here. Ng switch. This one will equals to the widget type. Similar like a JavaScript switch case. If you just take a look of the JavaScript switch case, it's really similar. So here we are basically its ng switch is going to check the widget type of this current widget we have. Remember, we already have this widget here. This is console log. This widget we already have it, and in our page here, we already know like we're getting the data of this widget, and we can call widget type to get the current widget type of this widget. So in the HTML, basically we are going to getting its type and do a switch case. So we'll have like a different div here, like for this as some comment. This one is for the heading, and another one for image, and another one for YouTube. So we basically have some few divs here. It's kind of like a JavaScript switch case. Okay. Inside each one, if we want to now to call it, we will do call it ng switch here, ng switch case. Switch. Okay, case. When this case is equal to heading. Remember, like we have a heading, image, and YouTube. So ignore the HTML for now. So when this is equal to heading, we want to call the heading editor component. So how do I call it? It's like in the components in our widget edit, widget header is here. If you take a look of the TS file, it's saying the selector is app widget header. This one is how you call this component. Just put it here. This is how you call this component. Okay, similar thing. Let's copy this into this div, and change this to image, and this should be YouTube. Should exactly match the widget type we have in our widget array. When it is equal to image, we'll call the image component. When it is equal to YouTube, we'll call the YouTube component. And for the image component, the selector is app widget image. Let's copy it here. And for the YouTube, take a look about it. It's app widget YouTube. Let's put it here. Okay, this is how you call this widget component. Right now, if I refresh my page, remember this is an image type. It's supposed to show me something. I think I didn't save this one here. Save this. It's not showing me anything. Close this. Just make sure everything is saved. ng switch widget to the widget type. Let's try if I received it. Widget the widget type. Yeah, I have it. It's an image. It's supposed to go to this case here. If I just try it, if I'm getting it, h1, hello. No, I'm not getting it. Oh, I see. Maybe I need to, ending a string type here, like that. Let me try this way. Okay, it works. Okay. So right now I'm in the widget image type. The only difference I did is like I end a single quotation within the double quotations, because telling it when the ng switch, when this widget type is equal to a heading string or equal to an image string or equal to a YouTube string, it just refers to a string here. Okay, it just refers to a string type here. Like when equal to an image type, we're going to image edit, image editor here. Like if we change this to 1, 2, 3. Remember, 1, 2, 3 is a heading type, so it's supposed to go to the heading editor. This one. And let's looking for a YouTube type. Let's open the service. Where is my service folder? It's here. YouTube, I have one here, 678. Let's change this to 678. Okay, this is a YouTube editor, right? This is a YouTube editor here. So this is how you do the ng switch. Okay, it's just really simple. You just need to get the widget itself, and then using the widget type to do a switch here. Just 14 lines code of here, and few like only like I would only add five lines here, like 3 lines in the initialize, and we are getting the widget and the widget ID, using the widget ID to getting the widget, or in the function find the widget by ID to get this widget. And then now we need to also to change each button inside each widget edit, right? In the widget header, we need to know to make it out to make the delete function, to make a submit function, also to make those buttons like a refresh the current page, going back, or just like this check button, or all those things we need to make about that. And we need to get our information, like the current widget information inside of this name, text, URL, and the widget here, to allow us to change it, right? Like when I go into this widget edit, I'm supposed to see the current name, the current text, and current size of this widget. So let's do that. Okay, right now we are already getting into the widget header. This is my widget header, and I need to initialize the data to it, and I also need to be able to update or delete this widget. This will be similar as we do the page edit or the widget edit. It's going to be the exactly same thing right now. So we need firstly to import those class we need. Import. Sure. Or import the active route, right? We need the active route activity route to getting the widget ID, like the UID, the PID, getting those IDs, so I can know like which widget it is. So I'll import activated route from Angular router. It's giving me an error, cannot find Angular. Oh, I have table here, Angular router. Okay, and I will need to import something like import all the function we have for the widget. So it will be widget service from. So right now we are at the widget header folder. So I do // go to the widget edit folder, // again go to the widget folder, and // again go to a component folder, and another // go to the app folder. And then I will go to the services folder, and then go to the widget service the client. And I'll do the same thing to getting our widget type in our models folder. Widget. This is in our models folder from. Let's do the // to go to the app folder, and then go to our models folder first. Models folder, and then I will need to go to the widget model.client. Did I type it wrong? Widget. Yeah. Oops. Widget. Yeah, sure. I'm getting the widget type. All right. And remember, like we have form here, so I'm definitely going to using the view child to getting the data for our form. So those are things I may need. I may need some more things in the future, but this I think it's going to be enough for now. So private widget service, type of widget service, and private activated route activity the route is a type of activity the route. Okay, we have two things here, and let's create some places to store those stuff we need. Let me take a look at what we need here. I have a name, a text, a size, and also this whole widget, and also the widget ID. I will definitely need those things. So I will need a widget ID. It's a string. I need a name. Just make it small cases. Match it. It's a string. A text. Text is a string. And size is a number. Have 3 items here and widget ID, and I may need this widget itself. So the widget is a type of widget. Those things I will need. Let's put it before everything. Declare it before using it. Put it on top of everything inside the class. Okay. Let's okay. So in the engine init, we can initialize the data of it. Let's do this activated route. It's getting this current widget. They're doing the same thing as we did in widget edit. Params.subscribe. Params. Oops. Params. This widget ID is equal to params widget ID part. Getting the widget ID, and this widget is equal to this widget service find the widget by ID, and the ID is equal to this widget ID. Okay, this will give us the current widget. And right now, I think I can doing some changes in my HTML file. Here I will need the UID, WID, PID. So let's get those things also. So widget ID, and I also need the page ID, string. And I also need the website ID, it's WID, string, and I think I also need the UID, user ID. All the IDs I have to navigate me to this current page. And in the subscribe here, I can say this PID is equal to params and the PID part. And I can get the website part. This WID is equal to params WID. Oops, WID. And this UID is equal to params UID part. Let's just give me the ID inside the URL here. Okay, inside the current URL. So I'm getting those IDs here. Let's do a test here. Console.log. Let's see if I'm getting the widget ID, and also do a console log, checking if I'm getting this widget. I forget this here. Save that. Here I have 1, 2, 3 here. Yeah, that's my widget ID, and I have my current widget here. Okay, seems like correct. Oops, I did too much. Only this to console log. Save it, and we can start changing our HTML page. Here I have a link. This is a link going back. So let's change this UID into our double bracket UID. It's the correct UID, and this one is WID, and also the PID is getting the data from this WID, this the PID, and this the UID. You're getting the real data for it. And inside this div, we'll do the same thing. This is this edit widget button. Change this one to UID, and this one into this WID, and this one become the PID becomes this the PID. Right, this is just the current page. And same thing for the check button here. Check button we actually won't using a route link. We're basically going to to call a function to submit this current form. So we are going to delete this rotor link, and we are going to make it into a button, because a button have a type of submit, and the type is equal to submit. Form is equal to widget form, telling him like which form to submit. And for the class here, we're using a BTN class and SW button 2A. I think that's how you make a. It looks like a link. Yeah. Administrator form. Widget form. Yeah. Oh yeah. Here. Form. All right. And let's keep going here. We're going to this form here. This form have ID, right? The ID should match this this form attribute inside this link here, saying the widget form. So ID will equal to widget form. And we'll also do a ng submit is equal to a function. Like every time when I call this, when I submit something, it will call the function, like update. So inside the widget header here, we'll have a function called update. Update, and we'll make it later. And also, I will need one to delete this current widget, kind of like remove it. I will have these two functions later. Okay. This is our form. I have ID. I have ng submit. Also, I also need to have a pound f. This form is equal to ng form. Do the same thing.
Can I ask a question? Is there any reason to use that convention of f?
Convention of what?
The convention of f for your view child.
It doesn't have a reason. You can just you can call it form. Okay,
So
yeah.
You're using it for the word form.
Yeah, basically, you can just change it to anything. Like I just make it shorter. You can just call it anything you like. Yeah, so the only thing need to matter is like when you if you call it f here, and in here like when you're trying to refer to this form, you just need to use f here, or you can just use in a form using like makes it match. So this one is the name input here. Now I have a label that I need to change, but for the input I need to change it into ng model. So the name, let's change the name just equal to the name, make it simple. Okay, and I will need to ng model is equal to widget.name, and name is equal to ng model. Yeah. Save that. It should display the current name here. Let's give me an error. Did I type some here? ng model. It should display the name for me, but it's gave me an error. Let's see what the error is. Closing tag form. I think I did something wrong here. Let's change everything back, see if it's still working. ng submit. Oh yeah, you're right. Here I'm missing a quotation. Oops. And let's change this back again. Change your name. ng model is equal to widget.name, and name is equal to ng model. Save that. Okay, but I don't get any name here. It's empty. It should have a name for it. Let me take a look about my widget service. Oh, it doesn't have a name. That's weird. We only have a size text. Doesn't have a name. Name is kind of like an empty. Okay, it's fine. So let's do the one for the text. Should display the text for me. So this one, change the name into just text. Make it simple. ng model is equal to widget dot text. Text is equal to ng model. It should display the current text showing. Yeah, it should display the text here. Yeah, I think that the name is allowed to be empty. It's fine. For the size, I display the size. Do the same thing here. This name should equal to size, and the ng model is equal to widget dot size, and size is equal to ng model. Yeah, I have the current size. That's great. I have already getting my values for my text and size. All right. So I'll do the next stuff. Those two buttons. This one submit button. Let's delete the route links here. Type is equal to submit. And I may need to make something required, and this, like for this one, this text is required, and this size it should be required. Okay, I'm making the name optional. It doesn't really have to be a name for this widget. It's fine. Okay, so I can have some span here to remind the user, like when it is touched and still empty. I mean, you need to remind the user saying like this one is required. You have to put something here. A div class equal to alert danger. Saying text can't be empty, and have ng if here. Ng if text dot invalid and text dot touched. Let's try that. Text deleted. Yeah, it's telling me text can't be empty. Yeah, it works. Okay, so let's copy that. Put another one under the size, meaning like a size can be empty, and the size dot invalid and the size dot touched. We touch the size, but the size is still empty. That's not allowed. Yeah, has to be a number for it, right? Okay. So then we can do the disabled button. Make it or disable the button when something is not correct. There is a button, check button here. Disable it. Disabled when f is invalid. Disable it when f is invalid. And the same thing for this button here, the submit button. I'll disable you when this one, change it to button. Button has a type. Disabled you when f is invalid. All right, and for the delete button here, I'll delete the router link. You're not going to navigate to anywhere, but when I click you, you're supposed to call the function remove. Let's change it to a button. Let's make it just a look. It doesn't really matter, but oh yeah, change the type of it. Yeah, change the type of it to a button. This type of this is submit. Yes, correct. All right. Let's see. This one is disabled. Why it is disabled? F is valid. Shouldn't be disabled. Anything I did wrong? Oh yeah, I need to put bracket for it. Okay, it's correct right now. It's good. Okay, so let's making up those two functions. The two functions there, update and remove. Let's make a remove first. Remove is easier. So let's start widget service dot delete widget function. Call this function takes a widget ID. Which widget it is? Let's start widget ID. Remove it, and after we remove it, we should navigate back to our widget list page. So it's supposed to be this router. I don't have a router yet, I think. Yeah, I need to import a router to here. Router. Have a common separatism. Yeah, so let's make it here. Private router. This type of, I need to use a common separatism. Type of router. And in order to route to another URL, I need to import a router to it. So this the router, the navigate. Only a router have a navigate function. So it takes a array. So it will be the URL to the router. What is that? Here. Widget list. This URL here. I need to do something similar to that. Let's put it here. So it will be user, and the UID will be, what is that again? Oh, sorry, this one should be a string. User, and this the UID, and then I need the website, and then this the WID, and the string page. And this is the PID, and I will need the string widget. Okay, this is the URL going to the widget list. Let's try it. Yeah, it works. It does works. Oops, not working. Refresh it. Yeah, it actually works. Yeah. Somehow this button break is, it doesn't matter. Okay. So for the ng for the update function, we'll update the name, the text, and the size. So let's put the view child here. View child. For the F item here, and the widget form. ng form. Oh, I need to import ng form here. So import ng form, use ng form from Angular forms. Okay, and in the update here, I say this the name is equal to this the widget form the value the name. This the text is equal to this the widget form the value the text, and this the size. And do this the I have type here should be widget form the value the size. Getting the three items, so updated field, so updated the input field here, and let's create a new widget. Const updated widget. Let's create a new widget. Type of widget. Right. This widget have an ID is equal to this the widget ID. Name. You do this the name. Widget type equals to this the widget the widget type. What else we need? Page ID. This is the field ID. Why this one is red? Let's take a look about our modules here for widget.
I don't think they had a name, right?
Oh yeah, I don't have a name. Let's put a name here. Actually, it should have a name. It should have a name string. Make it like an optional. It doesn't have to be it's not required, but we can have a name if we need. All right. What else we need? We need a size. This the size, and we need the text. The order doesn't matter. You just need to put this here. Oops, text. Size. Oh, I'm missing a comma here. Okay, so for a heading type, we have a ID, have a name, have size, have text, and have the widget type and page ID. What else we need? Let's take a look. Which service? Text, size, maybe a name, page ID, widget type, and ID. Okay, yeah, it should works. Should work. I created a new widget, and then I will use that to update it. This widget service the update widget. It takes two items. Takes the ID and takes a widget. The ID will be this the widget ID, and it will to the updated widget. All right, and after I click this button, after the widget got updated, I will need to I want to route to a new page. This the router, the navigate. Let's navigate to our. Let's copy this one. Navigate to the widget list. That should be it. So if I not update its size to 3, submit. I'm not sure it's submitted or not because I haven't set up this page yet, but I think it's got updated. Okay, so
You could throw out the properties in the console log.
yeah, I can do a console log, but like if I'm trying to do a console log, I have to know. Yeah, I can do a console log here. Console.log. There's the widget service, the widgets. Take a look of the whole list. See if that get updated. I'll do the same thing for the remove. See if I successfully remove it. Okay, this is for the widget 1, 2, 3. If I click delete, the first one is removed. The first one becomes 2, 3, 4. The 1, 2, 3 is removed. This works. Come back here. Oops, click the wrong button. Come back here. Refresh it. Okay, if I try to change the text into hello, submit it. The first one here, the text become hello. Yeah, it works. Let's remove the to console log here. It works. So the widget heading is finished, and we'll do the same thing for the widget image and the widget YouTube. It's basically exactly the same thing. So widget image, this TS file here. For the widget image, we are going to do the same thing. You can just copy those import here. We're definitely going to use those imports. And after that, we will also in the ng init, where to initialize the current data for it. So we can actually copy the ones for the widget from the widget heading. We initialize those IDs and the widget of it. Let's copy that into our widget image, paste it here. It's not working because the constructor doesn't have it. Copy it from constructor. All right. Let's change the wrap. Okay. And we need those fields here. In the class here, let's build them here. Okay, UID, WID, PID, widget ID, and the widget. Those things we need. And we need two functions: remove and update. Those functions we will need. What else we need? I think it's good to start doing the HTML part. Change the UID into the UID, WID, and the PID. That's for left button, and this one is for the name button there. And for this check button, delete the router link, make it into a button, and disabled when the form is invalid. Type supposed to be a submit, and the form equals to a widget form. This one should be a button. And the class SW button to a, yeah, like that. The form ID is equal to a widget form submit, ng submit is equal to update, and if ng form. Alright, and then for those input field, this one also have a name. So let's change that to name. ng model is equal to widget.name, and the name equal to ng model. Same thing for the text. URL, widget, and upload. We'll do them all. Name. I already have a name. Name. Change this one into text. Change this one into URL. Change this one into with. This one into upload. Okay, and the text. ng model. Widget the name. Widget the text. And text is equal to ng model. Let's take a look. Let's test it first. When you go to the ng service. Ng service is here. Which one is the image? 345 is an image. Try that. 345. It's getting an error. Cannot read the name of undefined. We're not getting the widget. We're not getting the widget. What is that? Oh, the constructor. Let me try to console log it. Console.log. This is the widget ID. And console.log. This is the widget. See if I'm getting this the widget. Undefined. I'm not getting the widget. Did I type something wrong here? Oh yeah, here. This the.
No.
Oh no. I don't see typo here.
Oh, yeah, so. Yeah. She said an activated is an A instead of the I.
Activated. That's done. Man, it's just a name. Just make them those two match. It's fine. It's okay to have it typo. Just make this one. It's just a name. You can call it like a hello. Like make this two match. It's just refers to the same thing.
Did you import the widget type?
Yeah, I did. Widget type, widget service, and widget type here. Find widget by ID, looking for the widget ID equal to 345. I do have it. I do get a 345. 345 supposed to getting me this widget here. But actually I'm not getting that widget. Oh, I think I should put it here. Like I'm call it too fast. I call it right here. Yeah, I'm actually getting the widget. I'm actually getting the widget. Okay. Name, text, URL, with. Does this one have a text for the image? No, we don't need a route in the engine init. If I have a route here, like every time I read here, it will automatically route me to another page. Right? So let me take a look of my widget service. It doesn't have a text there. The text is not required. I see. So okay. So this one is not required. This one is not required. For the URL, the URL definitely is required. Let's make it there. Which image the HTML for the URL. This one is definitely required. And required ng model is equal to widget the URL, and the URL is a ng model to display some data for me. Yeah, current URL for the image. And the width should be required too. Required. Did I mistype it again? No. Okay. ng model. Oops. Is equal to widget the width, and width is equal to the ng model. Take a look. It should give me 100% there. Yeah, I'm getting 100%. And for this upload image button, what about this one? Let's just leave this for now. We don't have to do this too for now. Okay, just leave the upload as is. We don't have to touch it right now. Okay, don't do anything for that. And this one is required, so I will need ng if here to show something to the user when it is empty. Let me just copy the one previously from the widget header. Here is my ng if here. Here. Copy this one. For the URL and for the width, those two are required. URL cannot be empty, and width cannot be empty. This one change it to URL. Change this one to width. Okay, those two cannot be empty. So if I delete that, it's giving me URL cannot be empty. It's this, width cannot be empty. That's good. Let's make it the button. Button for you. Type submit. Disabled. If the F invalid, I think that's enough, like a type. Okay, and for the delete button, let's delete the router link here. Change the A into button, and the type is equal to button. And when I click it, please call the remove function for me. Okay, that should be enough. Let's go back to our TS file here. Delete the console log here, and we need just need to make those two buttons here. Did I delete the route link here? No, I didn't delete the route link for submit. That's why it is route link me to another page. Alright, so click it, don't do anything. This button looks weird. I need to give it a class, btn class. All right. Let's make it. So here, let's do those two functions. Remove. It's going to call the delete widget function again. So it will be exactly the same thing. Let's copy it from the widget header. It's going to do the same thing. So it's basically do two things. One is to delete this model, delete this widget. Another thing is to navigate us to another page, to the widget list page. And for the update, we'll have the different field here, right? Or we'll have the name, text, URL, width, and upload. We'll leave the upload for now. Just have those two fields, those 1, 2, 3 fields right now. The text, the 4, name, text, URL, and width. Update here. Let's put those 4 fields here. Name is a string. Text is a string. URL is a string. And the width is another string. For the update here, so this oh, I forget to put the view child here. The view child. View child. And view child. For the F, it is a widget form, type of ng form. So update. This the name is equal to this the widget form, the value, the name, this the text is equal to this the widget form, the value, the text, and this the URL is equal to this the widget. Let's make it bigger. Form, the value, the URL. What's wrong with this one? Name doesn't exist on type widget image component. I need to put it there. In my models. Name is optional. I should be able to have a name. Name L. What? Did I have a typo there? Name, yeah. Yeah, here I put L here. Okay. And the width. Okay, I got those 4 things. I can make a variable here. Updated with widget. It's a type of widget. ID. And should have a name, text, URL, width. And I think I'm missing the page ID. Page ID. What else I missed? widget type is missing. Widget type. Type. All right. So after I created this object, I can call the function. This the widget service. The update widget. This the widget ID. And should be updated widget. And after that, I just navigate to another page. Route. And you can using the console log to test if that's successfully updated, and if this one successfully remove it. Right, you use the console log test it. I'm not going to test it here right now. You can do it by yourself. And the last one is an image. Oh, sorry, it's a YouTube. Let's quickly do it here. Let's quickly do that. For the YouTube, let's import everything we need. Copy it. Replace the old one. Okay. Import everything we need. And copy. Just keep copying things and copy those stuff. Don't copy too much. Maybe confusing yourself. Those things definitely will be used. And we need to copy the constructor. Constructor will be the same. Let's change the overlap. Okay, and I need to copy the ng98. Initialize the current widget. And I will need two functions: remove and update. Alright, let's change things inside the widget. The widget HTML page. This should be UID, WID, and the PID. This one same. And this button, delete the route link, change it to a button, and give it class btn sw button to a, change to button. Why don't I just copy it from the previous one? It's just much easier. Just copy this one, just exactly same thing. Right? Just copy, paste it here. Have a disable, have a type, have the form. Same thing here. Just copy it from the previous page. This form here, the exact same. Just copy it from here. Okay. For the YouTube, we also have the four field: name, text, URL, and width. I want to copy it again. Just lazy. Those four stuff here, and also this cannot be empty stuff. Just copy them. Just delete the old ones. Paste it here. Yeah, that's much easier. Also the two buttons. The submit button and delete button. Copy them. Yeah. Did I change the things in the footer? Yeah, I even forget for this one. for the filter, I need to change this one. Go to the correct UID. Okay. After you change it, I definitely want to check it. So let's looking for one example in our widget service TS. I do have a YouTube type 678 here. Let's put it here. 678. I'm getting an error. Cannot read the property name of undefined. Oh, here this one 56 456 should be like that. Still have an error. Cannot read the name of undefined. That's weird. Let's try test it. Console.log. This the widget ID. Console.log. This the widget. Maybe I just forget to save it. Save it. Test it. Yeah, I get it. Actually, I just forget to save it. Yep. I successfully get the URL and width. The text and the name are not required. Like for YouTube or image widget, you don't really have to have any text or name for it. Like as long as you have a URL and the width for it, so I can display this video or this image on your page. Okay, and these two fields, these two should be required. This cannot be empty. Yeah, these two are required. So we can working on those two functions right now. For the remove, I can just copy it. Remove is gonna be always the same. Just simply remove it. Put it here, remove it. Okay, for the update. Because they have the same field, I can just copy it. Name, text, URL, and width. Same thing for YouTube and for image. They both have those four fields: the name, text, URL, and width. Those four variables. And for the update, that means I can copy it too. Just copy the whole thing. Then you don't have to do anything. Just copy it here. Widget form, because I forget to import the view child here. The view child, create a variable for view child. Yeah, should be it. Yeah, you can use a console log to test if these two functions are working as you expect. So that's it for the edit pages. And I'll just know to stop right here and upload the code to my GitHub. And tomorrow we'll keep working on the widget list and widget chooser. So basically we're doing the same thing, but we just, for the widget edit, we're doing the ng switch there. So in your widget edit, you should supposed to have an ng switch. And this will switch depends on which widget it is. And in each widget type, you just do similar things to to making the function working, to making the button works, and to initialize the data to it. Okay, so let's do the ng, do the submit here. Git bash here. Git add dot. Git commit. Widget edit. Git push. Alright, so let's stop the recording, upload the video.